The race for the White House heats up, so will political discussions at the dinner table. It can be difficult to navigate those conversations and diffuse tensions so a constructive dialogue can take place. Tyrah's in the Arc Lounge this morning with humor strategist and author of The Humor Habit, Paul Osincup, and certainly this is timely with the DNC happening in Chicago, Tyrah.
Oh, this is so timely. I'm sure you've already been at a dinner table, Steve, where people are just talking about
Yes, I have.
Politics. Exactly. Thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Oh, we all need some laughter right now. So let's just start off with how we can incorporate humor to turn potential conflicts into, I don't know, bonding opportunities.
All right. Well, I think the first thing is to think about your mindset going into it. Like we're so passionate about how we feel about certain topics, but even the most passionate among us, I think, need to have moments where we can balance the gravity with the levity. And so thinking, all right, am I trying to change the world right now, or am I trying to get through dinner?
Okay.
And sometimes the answer is just, I'm trying to get through dinner.
Just getting through.
Yeah.
So how would you recommend people go about that? Would you say that they should maybe tell a funny story or a joke? How do you incorporate those kind of moments so that you can create more of an open dialogue?
Well, as you start to feel like the political tension rise at the dinner table or even at the workplace, and, Uncle so-and-so is talking about whatever, and it's like, I think one thing you could do is redirect.
Yeah.
And so redirecting the conversation and the humor to maybe yourself. So thinking about something overarching that we all find ridiculous, like going, I don't know, I'm just going to be happy when all the political attack ads are over. And then give an example of, like, I'm just glad we don't have political attack ads in our everyday work life.
Right.
Like Paul says he's a big-time author, but he put an apostrophe ER on the word more in his book. We can't trust our reading to apostrophe Paul. And now you're redirecting the humor in the conversation at yourself, and now you're having a kind of a silly conversation about what an attack ad would look like in accounting or whatever other people are doing.
Journalism attack ads.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah, Tyrah says she'd be a big-time evening news anchor, but she goes to bed at 6 o'clock.
I'm still on the morning show.
Yeah. We can't trust our evening news to tired Tyrah. Yeah.
That's so funny. I love seeing, and you just have to laugh at yourself.
Right.
What if someone says something that just feels, I don't know, awkward, or like, did they really just say that? Like, how do you turn those awkward moments into something a little more memorable?
Yeah. Well, I think we can reframe the political discussion using some pretty standard political talking points. Like, here's a little tool that you can keep in your back pocket that you can use in almost any situation. Even come prepared if you know you're going to be in enemy territory, at your in-laws or something like that. It's called a comic triple. Comedians use this all the time. You just have a list of 3 things. The first 2 are obvious or mundane, and the third one is funny, surprising, or different. And so as the tension starts to rise, someone says something that you're like, oh gosh, saying, I don't know, I'll vote for anyone who will lower my taxes, boost the economy, and prosecute people who remove their shoes on airplanes.
That's funny. I see what you mean.
And so you can, and then you can replace any pet peeve in that third spot, and now all of a sudden people might go, I know, I hate that. I would have a policy against reply all emails at work. And now all of a sudden we've lowered the tension a little bit, and we're redirecting the conversation again.
You're changing it up a little bit to something more lighthearted, which is the whole purpose of it. What should we do if we see a conversation, especially around politics, leading to an argument? Throwing food at the table at each other?
Well, I mean, I think any typical diffusing techniques. I think it also depends if there's people that are just disagreeing with you and kind of getting into an argument. I think sometimes just thinking, again, like, am I trying to change this person's mind right now? Am I trying to really teach someone something, or am I just trying to get through dinner? And if it's get through dinner, it might just be carrying yourself with some levity and going, oh, okay, Uncle Steve, maybe you're right, and calling it good at that. But the other thing is, again, another kind of humor hack that you could use is the power of element of surprise. So you take a typical political talking point and give a little surprise twist at the end. So saying, look, everyone, can't we this fall all just come together, to condemn setting our clocks back again. And so, you know, people think you're setting it up to this like dramatic thing, and it's like, look, I just hate daylight savings time, and we're making it a lighter topic. People go, oh, I know, and now we're talking about daylight savings time.
And it sounds like a balance for, you know, being funny and also being respectful. And so really quickly before we go, I wanted to touch on your book that you brought it here, The Humor Habit. What does it explore, and what do you go into here?
Well, it's about how to rewire your brain to stress less and laugh more, and really see the humor in life more often. And you know, there's a lot of mindfulness techniques that people use to de-stress that really work, like breathing techniques and yoga and meditation. But for a lot of people, those just aren't enough, or aren't the right fit, or require too many essential oils. So the untapped resource of our sense of humor, there's a lot of science behind it, and so I provide a lot of techniques for people to actually enhance their sense of humor, to use it as a mindfulness strategy to de-stress.
I love that. And I love that these tips they seem so, I don't want to say easy, but they seem achievable. Because I'm not a professional comedian, but I feel like I can crack some jokes now at the dinner table, Steve, when it comes to politics.
Absolutely. even if you're tired.
Even if I'm tired,
Tyrah.
right? Because I am right now. Thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
All right,
Steve.
thanks, guys.